That's these here.
Yeah, that's public. You put your, and then turn it in over here, and they will.
He said send it tonight.
Did he say send it to me? I think you can do it. You can give it to us, or I would turn that back in over here.
He said there wouldn't be any public comment.
Well, that's what this. I mean, that's what this form's for. If you have an idea of what you would like to see in lieu of the pool, you can put that on the comment card and turn that in.
But nobody's speaking or nothing. There's no.
No, it's not. It's not like a public. It's an open house. So.
All right.
We just found out when we read the article.
Yeah.
See, you knew about it? It comes through the industrial board. That commission knew about it. He don't like it. But our mayor hadn't told us that. I brought it up to meet the other day. We're going to set up a committee on it to study this thing. I mean, when you have things like this come up, you've got to have public comment.
Yeah, I understand.
It's like Merchant Stream.
Yeah.
They had 3 meetings on that.
Yeah.
The road that goes to 11E, goes up to Roswell, Rushville, they had 2 meetings on fixing that road. This is the first time we've heard anything.
You know, this is the state, so I know they. I don't know how they got the word out, like if they did it as effectively as the county might do, or the city might do in this area. So,
No, they put it in the same newspaper that like nobody reads. It's the Tribune. About what? About this meeting? No comment section. Nothing's going on. I think what we need to do is.
We're not going to have a comment section.
No.
I'm ticked.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is we need to just get people together and start just voicing our comments.
Right on.
Yeah, that way we can, as a community, figure out what comments are the best, suggestions are the best
Do
ideas.
you want to go swimming in Cherokee Lake? I don't. Not with 83 overflows that I know about.
Well, and I'm not going to go spend $12 to take my kids swimming at the city center.
And I'm not going to get in Cherokee Lake and swim either.
it was $6 for adults, and then I'm thinking it was $3 for
6 and 3.
yeah for.
He never did go up to
No, it's for
12.
campers only.
Yeah,
So what about like just residents?
it was $6.
$6 for residences.
2 and under.
Okay, well, we'd heard it's $12, but I never
No,
even
it
know
was
it's $12.
2 and under free.
Another one free. So, what authority does the park or this funding have over, like, the lake area? Because I would like to see a year-round dedicated family fishing area for like families that have kids under the age of like 16 years old. Right, that can come, pay $5 for the day or whatever, buy some bait, do some catch and release fishing in a safe location, not where it's, a drop off and stuff like that. Because I've got 4 kids, and now they range from ages of from 6 to 14, right? So we don't fish here. Twice a year we go to South Florida, and every day we're there we go fishing. Because there's just not enough of an area here that's, 1, safe, 2, that there's fish in an area that hasn't been outfished, or you're dealing with, a bunch of other people leaving trash all over the place, and, it's hooks all over, so it's an unsafe environment. I would like to see something where there's, I don't care if it's a pond just stocked, or a fenced off section of, a portion of the lake down there by the boat ramp that holds water year round, that they stock with fish and they maintain.
Do write your comments about what you would like to see, and then that'll go into be compiled and will be considered.
The most hardest thing about today is getting kids outside, right? So, yes, parents want to go take the kids fishing and stuff, but when they go once and don't catch nothing, then they go twice, they don't catch nothing. The third time, you got to pull, come on, you got to go. Versus if we set them up with a place where they're going to catch something, we could get these kids outside and get them involved.
if you want the surest bet of catching something would be to come right after the trout truck stocks and go fishing for trout in here in the spring, because it's like fishing for bluegill. You know what I'm saying? Just super easy. Put a piece of corn on the end of your line and they'll grab onto it. But it's a little bit more fickle in the lake. You know what I'm saying? So to your point about getting kids outside, we do a lot of things for children outdoors here. We have programs throughout the year, but mostly in the summer. We do canoe trips, take kids on canoe trips, families, anybody. We have a junior ranger camp that we've done for 13 years. In June of each year, we have we're trying to pick it up again. We haven't done it. COVID's kind of messed with some things, but we did a program. It's called Spirit of America Youth Boating Education Camp, in which we would take 12 kids and teach them how to sail, how to drive a powerboat and canoes and kayaks and things like that, and in a safe way. And so we conduct those camps and just all assortment of programs.
Well, I'm going to interrupt for one second, and I'll get out of you guys' way. But it might be out of the league here.
Yeah.
But I think if you could cooperate with TVA and get a marina put out in here somewhere, and the reason I say this is I've been living here 36 years, and I've just recently got into a little boating. Mm-hmm. Well, I thought, I'll get a slip down in the lake and everything will be cool. Yeah. Not that easy. I went to Black Oak, on this end of the lake anyways.
Yeah.
Black Oaks, at the early part of the year, had 100 on the waiting list.
Right.
Kind of gave up on that. I went to Cedar Hill,
Yes.
And
gives a link to share.
Signed up there. At the beginning of this year, it was 40. I was number 40. Guess where I'm at today?
Where it needs to go.
I'm 37.
Oh gosh!
So at the rate they're going, I might get a slip in about 10 years.
Yeah.
Talking about their ideas.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people moving in here. I just think I know they take a lot of cooperation, a lot of joining hands with TVA and whoever else, maybe city, county. I don't know who else would be willing to jump at it. It would be a money-making thing. It wouldn't just be for fun and games for the park. It would be, you're talking, those slips get average $100 to $200, some of them $300 a month. Say $200 a month, and 200 of them. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to calculate that. It's pretty good.
Hey, you need to buy yourself some lakefront property, man.
Well,
if
I was a millionaire, I'd do that. I can afford a couple $100 a month, but not a $200,000 a month house payment.
You be sure to leave your comment or let us have your comment.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I never caught your name.
My name is Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
So the swimming pool, many years ago, since we've actually been out here to this pool. But how many families, or what was the usage when it was open? I mean, did you see a pretty good turnout, or?
The last season that it was open, I think we sold 9,000, around 9,000 admittances throughout the whole summer. That was 2019, and then of course we were closed year before last, and then this past season for COVID.
And did the pool being closed down for that time, is that what made it go into disrepair, or was it already?
That didn't help it any. It didn't make it go into the pool. Any pool is just becomes a maintenance problem after years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the first several years, a pool's great, but our pool is 36 years old. The pool I think at Cove Lake was 72 years old, and so they just become problematic. But yes, when they're left to just sit and no maintenance is, can be some certain maintenance things can't be performed when the pool's empty anyway. You can't really backwash it when it's empty and that sort of thing. Just the developing holes and leaking. Our pool in the summer would leak about a foot a day, and that created other problems. So you got to try to put water back in it, and then you need to compensate with the chemicals because you're diluting the chemicals, and then you got to try to compensate. And it just was a very difficult process, and to keep the pool open, you know, our pool would be open for around, I don't know, 10 weeks or so. And you think, well, why don't you have it open like before Memorial Day and keep it open till after Labor Day? And you know, the weather's nice, but you can't really do that because you know, we don't have the labor force, that we don't have the lifeguards available. They're college kids. They're in school. They're not available until you know, school gets out. And,
Right.
So that's part of it. And then, you know, when we'd have maybe 10 weeks in the summer, we'd run it when all the public school kids are out and everybody's out on college, you know, out on summer vacation. And that would be the peak, like Memorial Day through about the second week of August. And then college kids go back to school. And then shortly thereafter, you know, the local school-age kids go back to school, and it would cost us $300 to $400 a day in chemical costs to run that pool. So you can't run the pool and just keep it open on the weekends, just for a smaller amount of visitation, and have it shut down during the week.
She said that if you pick up one of these comment slips, you can either physically mail this in or turn it in at the office with any suggestions that you have. She said you could also go to the Panther Creek website, and at the top there's a link that's called Alerts. So go there and make your interest known. What I asked her for, and I encourage y'all to do the same. Sorry, I'm not used to speaking. I was curious where the money went for the past 2 years that was allotted for the park, for the pool upkeep, that it's closed. You know, the parks are always getting money. Where did that money go? Well, she couldn't tell me that, but she said that I could do an inquiry as to the money. So I encourage everyone here to do that. Maybe if this park starts getting some attention and they know that people are interested in seeing where that money goes, that might make a difference. She said that the cost now was at about $580,000 to bring it up to code. And I asked her if it was not up to code the past 2 years that it wasn't open. She didn't know. And I asked her if the community wanted to get together, you know, form a petition, even donate money, pull our monies to keep this pool open. Could we be guaranteed that that money would be allotted specifically to bringing this pool up to code, not just handing money over to the state of Tennessee? So she didn't know that either. That would be something to put on your comment slip. What else? Would anybody else like to say anything?
Ma'am?
Yes.
This is a public meeting. We're here to get your comments on the $400,000 investment in new recreational opportunity. I realize that a lot of people are upset, you know, about the pool closing, and what we ask you to do is to fill out a comment card, and you can do that either in writing here tonight, and we'll collect those, or you can do it online, and those will be sent to our Tennessee State Park leadership team, and they're going to review all of the comments collected here tonight and up until January 19th. Once that's done, they're going to assess the comments and then make a final response to comments that will be published on the State Park website. So the best thing that y'all can do tonight is, and we really do appreciate you being here tonight, is to fill out the comments and make your statement, make your feelings known to the State Park leadership team.
And there's a shareable link on this too, right? You said
yes, there is.
Okay.
And
Where's Steve Sutherland tonight?
And if you have any trouble, I mean, you can always contact Jason. He can forward you my email. If you have a pen and paper, I'll be happy to give you my email address. If you have any questions or any problems, and if you want to see the data behind the decisions that we made, we ask you that you fill out a public records request. And
Where at?
that public records request is on our website, and you can also do it. We have forms over here that you can take.
All right. So if we want to visually just inspect them, no forms are necessary. Where can we do that at?
We don't have the data here tonight. You need to fill out a public records request.
Mr.
So,
McCoy, why don't you just post that information instead of making everybody go through a hoop to get it?
So we want to make sure to document everybody's information as well as their input, their comments, their suggestion,
I understand
and the ways
comments,
to
but
do
why
that.
not let people know the reasoning behind it? You just said you got to make a request.
That's the format that has been established, and that's the format that has been established across the whole state.
You provide
So
what you want to.
these forms, a QR code, or the alert at the top of the website with the state, with the Panther Creek.
Are the current expenditures online? Because the packet that was on the table, the most current year I saw was 2014, as far as projected costs.
I don't have that information in front of me. The best thing you can do is fill out a public records request and say specifically the information that you want to view, and that goes to a specific coordinator who will send it to Tennessee State Parks. They'll compile the information and send it to you by email.
So these comments will come to you, the suggestions. Can you tell me again what the window is as far as when your decision will be made?
We're collecting comments until January 19th, and it'll be at least 30 days, maybe a little bit longer before the response to comments is ready. So we appreciate y'all being here, but we're going to continue the conversation, and we do appreciate you being here, but now.
Can you tell us how many pools are being closed from
There's
Knoxville
11.
up to East?
There's 11 across the state that are being closed.
How many from Knoxville up to Johnson County?
I'm not exactly sure.
It's all of them.
How many is that?
Yeah. On the state website, they've kept pools open in Middle Tennessee and West Tennessee. They've completely erased the section that talked about East Tennessee pools.
I'd like to make a comment. I know you all are really doing the pool, but I want to brag on this park. We camped down here all summer long quite a bit. We live here local. The guys do a great job. Our rangers do a great job. I am plugging the park. It's a great park for camping and hiking and so forth. And that's my only comment.
That's good. That's good, ma'am. But you had your grandkids down here and they want to go swimming. What are you going to do?
So you go down there and play in the creek some?
Well, and there, with all this shoreline and all this lake property, we have not one spot without hiking a mile into the woods. And young moms with kids aren't going to pack lawn chairs and coolers and towels and hike into the woods. We need lakefront access. If you're going to say, that water's water, well, it's not. We need access to the water. And I think we need to save this pool because it can only be more attractive to the campground of people who come. It's much more attractive to people to have a nice pool. And we have a pool. It just needs to be fixed.
Well, we appreciate that, and please make that as one of your comments.
I have another question. If the pool could we not staff the pool? I know from growing up at Big Ridge State Park, there's a swimming area that's at the lake, and it's swim at your own risk. Would that be a possibility for us to do here at this park?
It's one of the ideas.
Okay, for the pool to be swim at your own risk?
No, not the pool.
Okay. Would it be at the boat ramp, I think? I just can't think of anywhere else the access would be.
To swell?
No, I
You
know.
both going in now.
Well, you know, I was raised 9 miles from Big Ridge State Park, and the locals always swim in Blue Mud, which is the boat ramp. That's where they always swim. So I was asking her why, you know, if it's not allowed here, but it is there, I would think that that would be a state rule that would be consistent among state parks. But it's not, so I guess my question would be, maybe that would be an option to swim there, program here.
Yeah, you can put that on.
Oh,
So can I get your name and your position?
My name's April Johnson, work for Recreation Resources Division.
All right. That's Jason. I already made Jason. So let me ask both of you, what kind of effect do you think that this might have on campers coming to Panther Creek Park?
It really hasn't had an effect. Our camping visitation, or whatever you want to call it, has just, and this may be related to COVID, but it's exploded. We're just people, we just are camping more than any time in the past. So, you know, I don't know, but it hasn't really hurt camping.
So you brought up a very great point. And some of it does have to do with the COVID, with people getting out now, because I know that there's a shortage of campers and RVs. But you said that you've never had more campers than any time before. So how come some of that money isn't utilized to go back into a swimming pool area to facilitate maybe additional people wanting to come over here with more family oriented than just not offering them that amenity?
I understand your question. I don't have to answer that. I don't know, you know, how they make that decision. If they would do that like on a higher level. I don't really have the answer.
All right. I guess maybe that'll be in the paperwork that I request.
It may be. Did you request more information?
I just usually I like to inspect it so I don't have to fill out no paperwork.
I understand. I think we do have a request for information form that you can complete.
Yeah.
And they'll provide, I guess, additional, you know, details, specifics about, you know, why the pool's closing and you know, alternatives to closing, that sort of thing. So maybe that information will be in there. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I've got my records request form. Who can I turn that into?
Maybe mail it to.
Now that I don't know the answer to. Let me
I'd rather just give it to you guys.
I don't think you. I don't.
Because I was thinking it was an online form that tells you. I'll ask John. I'll be right back. Let's try to find that out.
I think you could scan it and email it to this email right here. It goes to a certain person.
Project.
I hate technology, so the less I got to be on the computer,
There's nobody here that
the
you
better.
turn it into. I believe that you have to email it or mail it into that address that's on there. But John should.
I mean, I'm supposed to be able to turn it into anybody who works for the state.
I don't think that's how it's organized here.
State law and it's not organized. Yeah.
John's gonna know.
Yes.
Request?
Yes.
I'll take it up to John, the regional.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll take care of it.
All right. Thank you.